They're fast, friendly, and on time. A lot like the commercial airlines of old.
The old days, the airlines were quite comfortable for the businessman. With the new generation airlines and the low budget airlines, the business traveler has pretty well been forgotten.
For today's busy executive, time is money, big money, and no one knows that better than corporate flight management. So what is CFM? One of the best kept secrets in the aircraft charter industry.
That may be true.
Alan Howell is the CEO and co-founder of Corporate Flight Management, an aviation company on the cutting edge of aircraft charter services. With more than 20 years' experience, CFM is the charter company of choice for anyone concerned about safety, security, and first-class service.
The biggest section or cross-section of our customer is the CEO or upper-level management in a company that is anywhere from $5 million a year to a Fortune 500.
Being able to stay focused on your business trip is money.
Tom Chappell is an aviation insurance agent who knows the charter industry and has come to depend on it.
I like to be spoiled. I like to leave when I want to leave. I like to have a cup of coffee handy. I like to sit back and relax and not fight the crowds. I like someone to handle my bags for me. I like to be able to drive right up to the airplane. A lot of things that make my day easier. And when you're gone all the time, you're focused on business. The distraction of commercial travel is not what you're looking for.
Commercial airlines have become the mass transit system in the sky. By contrast, corporate flight is the limousine.
When you show up to the airport, you show up at the time of departure or 5 minutes prior. You don't have to queue up in any lines. They get met at the door by pilots and our ground service personnel who will carry their bags to the airplane. They can have any type of catering that they want on the airplane that meets their specific needs, any beverage service. They are showing up to get on an aircraft that's like a private, it's more like a boardroom atmosphere than riding on the bus.
CFM Charter, this is Denise.
CFM customer service can be reached 24/7.
I do have a Lear 45 available.
They get you where you want to go, anywhere in the U.S., Canada, South America, or beyond, and they do it in style. CFM offers a fleet of aircraft from Learjets to King Airs.
Well, I can just glance real quick here and see that I have a plane open.
And Corporate Flight is among the first to acquire Aviation, the latest computer scheduling technology.
It allows us to track our flights better. We can communicate with our clients better.
In the past, what would happen is if somebody called and said, I want to do a trip, over the holidays in November, I would have to tell them, I'm sorry, I'll have to get back with you. If it's on the weekend, I'll have to call you on Monday. Now I just have to say, oh, well, hang on a second, let me just open my computer here, and I can tell them right there on the same call.
The big thing that it allows us to do is to be more efficient and deliver the product at a better cost.
But service isn't everything. At CFM, safety is. The FAA requires a certain level of safety standards on all charter services. But when it comes to safety, CFM goes above and beyond.
Many corporations, major corporations, let's call them the Fortune 500, have corporate flight departments. Those corporate flight departments spare no expense in safety, in the quality and cleanliness of their aircraft, and the training of their pilots. Those same companies, though, can't keep a big enough fleet to answer every need for their executives. So in many cases, they allow their executives to charter aircraft such as corporate flight management. They still have safety as a priority. And what they will do is send an audit team out to determine if the charter operation meets their safety standards.
Argus Aviation Research Group US is that team, and it gives Corporate Flight Management a platinum rating. That's the highest safety standard there is.
That is an honor because it demonstrates that we go above and beyond what is required in terms of having a safe operation. It has to do with pilot training, mechanic training, systems and procedures that are in place that assure that, that the details are not missed. And they're looking at everything down to just the nitty-gritty details of how you run your business to be assured that every time the airplane goes out, it's going to be safe.
That is very important to me. How well trained are the pilots? How experienced are they? If something bad had happened, an emergency, would they be able to handle it?
We've got very experienced pilots. The captains are all airline transport rated. We do have a very experienced group. I think that's the number one thing that corporate flight has to sell, and that is the experience of our people.
In addition to great charter services, Corporate Flight's maintenance department has set the standard for excellence. In the past decade, 2 of the company's mechanics received the Tennessee Mechanic of the Year award.
We believe that having our maintenance in-house allows us to make sure that the quality is there, and that is a key component of delivering safe air transportation. We don't put a part on an airplane unless it's been inspected. We do vendor audits of all of our part suppliers. So unlike maybe the automobile business, you can't afford to put a part on an airplane if it's been overhauled or repaired unless you know who's doing that and you can assure that they have the same quality standard that we do. We actually go out on site to where these vendors are selling these parts or manufacturing or repairing and audit them to make sure they meet the standard.
I've watched them grow over the years, and they've done it right. Sometimes they've stressed safety and sacrificed profitability. But in the long run, that's the reputation you're looking for. And that's why I do business with them.
Corporate Flight Management is committed to safety, security, and service, but their most rewarding commitment is to the community. CFM believes in investing in the future.
We built a flight simulator for children. It's a full motion simulator, so you have all the realm of motion, a feeling of flying an airplane. And it's got all the controls of a real airplane, it's got the instrumentation of a real airplane. And they can get in it and experience what it's like to fly an airplane. And my guess is over the last 12 years, probably 250,000 kids have been through that.
That was at Children's Discovery House in Tennessee. CFM also restored and modified a Cessna 150 trainer for interactive display in the Smithsonian Institute's National Air and Space Museum.
A lot of kids, especially young kids, the first time they see an airplane, it's very exciting. A lot of our pilots that fly for us now remember that first time that they went to the airport and took that first airplane ride that inspired them to go to school, to get a college degree, to become a pilot, because that became a dream to fly.
From helping children achieve their dreams to helping busy executives achieve their profit margins, Corporate Flight is on the move. One of the best kept secrets in the charter flight industry is getting out.
Up until this point in 22 years, most of our growth has come from just doing a good job. And when you do a good job, you're going to grow because people are going to refer you to their friends. And that's been a big facet of how we've grown.
So where will Corporate Flight Management be in the future? Exactly where it is today, leading the way in charter services, getting people where they need to go, fast, efficiently, safely.
I see us doing more of what we're doing today because we are in an industry that is dynamic and growing, and we want to be on the leading edge of that.